Hey there, this is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. And this is just a quick little catch-up video from Rick World. Right, we're currently in the middle of week 6 of lockdown, and I heard on the radio last night that we could be in for another 3 weeks. I must admit, I haven't been finding this lockdown too bad, but when I heard another 3 weeks last night, I did feel my shoulders droop a little bit. So if I'm having drooping shoulders, goodness knows what other people must be feeling right now, knowing that we may be stuck here for another 3 weeks. Although they keep talking about slowly dialing back the lockdown in very, very measured ways. But then I heard today that the R value, which is the rate of transfer value, has started climbing again. So goodness knows how long it's going to be before we're out of this this craziness. Now, I have been a little bit creative this week. We've been having some copyright issues on the other channel, and it kind of prompted me to see if I can make some of my own music again. I used to dabble in making music. I'm pretty rubbish at it, but I got all the equipment out this week and I had a little play. And here's the thing, while we're stuck down in lockdown, I've been thinking a lot about Scotland. I was kind of had it in the pipeline in my head to do the Scottish North Coast 500 this year, which meant driving to Scotland in my van and doing, taking however long it took to do the 500-mile trip along the North Coast. And anyway, ever since we've been in lockdown, I keep thinking about Scotland. And anyway, while I was doing this music making the other day, I found some bagpipes. So I ended up making this little tribute, my little tribute to Scotland, and it's a little bit cheesy, but I'm quite pleased with it. But anyway, a lot of people do ask me how I go about making my music. Now, it's an incredibly tedious thing to film because it takes days and days just to come up with little small segments. But I did grab the camera the other day and I did point it at the screen just to give you a little hint of what the music making is all about and what it's like, and I'll show you that little bit of footage right now. All right, so this is just a very quick recording that I'm doing of Logic Pro X. I know a lot of people ask me how I do this when I make my music. To be honest, I really don't know what I'm doing with this Logic X. I just kind of make it up as I go along and try to figure it out as I go along. So this is essentially the song that I've got. This is what I've been working on. This is that Scottish theme thing, which I will no doubt play in this video. Now, right now, I'm just at the latter sort of end of it, and I'm just installing more of the bass notes. So if I double click this grand piano, if I just hit the play button now, you should hear just the background synths, and then the grand piano notes are all here. Now, these notes are all drawn in, and I'm trying to time them right so that they change at the appropriate time. So I'll give you a little demo. I'll just play from back here. See, that note was a little bit too early. So if I drag it forward, so I need to guess what the next bass note is going to be. So I want dun, dun, dun. So if I draw in a note here, there we go, and just shorten it, and then that's going to be my next note. So I just got to get them in the right place now. So let's try that. Yeah, and then another note. All right. And again, I just got to get the timing right on them. Oh, they're a little bit quiet. Let's try that. 77. That was a little too early. Okay. And that needs to be there. So no, still too early. Let's try that. That's a little too early there. See if we can get away with that. That's it, that's the end of the song. All right, so that's pretty much how I make my music. I just go in, and obviously I've got the keyboard as well, which I can use the keyboard to initially put the notes in, and then I go in and tweak them and adjust them so that they're exactly like pitch perfect and all the rest of it, because I'm I'm a terrible keyboard player. So those are all of my bass notes, but these are all done as a piano. Okay, so what I need to do now is change that piano over to a bass. So if I go to a subby bass, now depending on what speakers you're listening through or what headphones you're listening through, you might actually not be able to hear this bass, but we'll give it a go. And right, it's too high pitched. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop all of these by an octave. So I select them all and then go transpose -12 semitones, and then that becomes my bass. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I'm happy with that, I think. So that's my bass sorted out. You can see, for example, the harp notes I'm using here. These are all ones that I originally put them in with the keyboard. So that's playing on the keyboard, and I transpose that to the notes here, and then I went in and changed them. So I went in and changed them afterwards. So you can see the pattern building up there. See, it's fairly straightforward. It takes ages. This is the thing with this. This is why I don't make videos on this, because every little thing takes forever. I've been 2 days solid on this so far, and all I've got to show for it is this small collection of notes, basically. But if you go into each one, say for example the analog pad there, these are all my chords, and again I just start off with a few notes on the keyboard and I draw in extra notes, and that just builds up the chords until we've actually got proper chords. So there we go, that's just a little brief look at how I do this music making. And like I say, this is a program called Logic Pro 10 or Logic Pro X. And it served me quite well, and it's just really good fun. It's quite relaxing as well. So there we go, that's how I make my music. I basically just draw in the notes. I use a MIDI keyboard to put in the original notes. There's always lots of mistakes, and that's when you can go in and change the notes and and correct them and everything and get the right length and everything so you can get it just how you want it. And that's generally how I make my music. So I think what I'm going to do is keep this video nice and short, and I will play you out with this finished piece of music, my little tribute to Scotland. Now the whole thinking behind that piece of music is obviously if at some point I actually get to Scotland, I'll be making, no doubt, video logs and stuff, and I wanted some sort of Scottish themed music to play at the appropriate time. So I thought, well, why not make my own? So this is the music coming up. I'm gonna play you out with this music. It's a little bit cheesy, but I'm still quite pleased with it. And I would be really interested to get your feedback on it as well. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in the next video, and enjoy this little bit of music coming along right now.